way, if you need to take care of your kids' health concerns before school starts and deal with your own issues, Genesis Medical Group makes it so much easier because they can address the entire family under one roof, which also means medical records are in one place. Their doctors specialize in everything from vaccinations and orthopedics to diabetes, cancer, weight loss, primary care, senior care, you name it, and you can get it taken care of. Even get your mammogram. Dr. Broussard and Dr. David Ellen with Genesis Medical Group join us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us back.
Absolutely. All right, let's just go behind first the purpose of Genesis Medical Group.
The purpose is, as you said, to provide medical care for the entire family, from newborn all the way to older patients, provide as many specialties as possible. Dr. Allen can talk about
and that is so important because it's frustrating for a lot of, and we get it, but like you go to one doctor who says, oh, you have this, but I don't treat that, you're going to have to go find somebody else. And so what's great about you all is that you have all those specialties, you being an oncologist, all under one roof, and that way if somebody has another issue that pops up, you have a doctor to refer them to under that one roof.
Yeah, we are a medical home, so if you need your healthcare needs, we're here for you, be it oncology, rheumatology, primary care, and multiple locations.
Yeah.
30 locations in Houston area.
30 locations, wow, okay. And I would challenge anybody to say, so where are your medical records? They're probably all over the place. This way, one roof, you can access that as a doctor and say, let me see what was happening a year ago or 2 years
Absolutely.
ago. All right, let's go through the ages here. So young kids, especially for back to school, certain things that they have to keep up on.
Yep, so this is the time for general checkups. I tell most parents towards the end of the summer, all your vacations are done. It's time for the kids' checkups, vaccinations, sports physicals, and just time to do a good check for the whole family. Make sure everybody's ready to go.
And looking at how kids are growing, maybe how their nutrition, how they're absorbing nutrition, all those types of things. All right, once we get to middle school, which is the toughest part for a lot of kids and a lot of parents, what are we looking at around middle school?
So for middle school, again, we want to make sure the checkups are made. We want to make sure there is a follow-up. And now, in Genesis, not just for the kids, but for the moms. We want to make sure the moms are taken care of.
Yeah, the whole family. I mean, that's the nice thing is that we
and the
give time
parents
management.
too. So we want to make sure the whole family is taken care of. And that's what the Genesis is all about, to make sure we take care of everything.
Yeah, August is great for that because the kids go back to school and then the parents can take care of themselves.
Yeah, and then the middle school is where a lot of kids get a lot more serious about sports. So you have your sports physicians as well, physicals as well. And then there's that thing, the HPV vaccination, which I know when it first came out, a lot of parents, anything that has to do with the S word, sex, right? They're like, but that wasn't the point.
That was not the point, right? So we start vaccinations at age 9. The whole point is actually to get the vaccinations in well before anyone becomes sexually active. And the changes we've seen in cervical cancer and head and neck cancer and rectal cancer, it's amazing. It should be a no-brainer for everyone as far as how effective it is.
Yeah. And Dr. Ellen, with that said, there was a news report that came out today. I think it didn't surprise a lot of people, but saying that they're seeing cancer in younger and younger people. Do we know why? And also, what words of warning do you have? Because I have heard people say before, well, there's something wrong, but I'm not old enough yet, so I'm not going to go get that checked. It's like, if you're listen to your body, right?
If you worry, get checked. Now, there is such a thing as effect of westernized diet. In Japan, they had very low levels of colon cancer. Then westernized diet came, and suddenly it spiked up the colon cancers. We see tremendous incidence of colon cancer right now in population. That's why right now people need to have colonoscopy earlier and earlier. Again, if it worries you, get it checked.
Yeah. And also, if you have family history, it doesn't mean that something's going to happen, but family history, the probability is higher?
Yeah, family history is very important. And again, depending on the family history, especially in breast cancer, especially if you have family history, somebody who was in there younger than 40, get a check. It's very important. But again, if you feel the mass, biopsy. If you feel something is abnormal, it doesn't take that long. It's not as bad.
And then that continuum of care that we talk about, we can get our mammogram at Genesis, and then if something pops up, the doctor is there, and other doctors are there to take people through care.
Communication is phenomenally important in medicine. You want to make sure your primary care and your specialists all communicate, and that's what it's all about. We want to make sure that we treat you as a whole. Whatever you need, we're here for you.
All right. And then let's get to the college age kids. I was just talking to one of the students in the audience, and she said she is a type 1 diabetic. For a lot of kids who are moving away to college, that means they're moving away from their care as well, because she has to see the doctor every 3 months. And so you all can help connect the dots there.
Absolutely.
For students too.
So I do think it's important to actually establish care, especially if it's out of state. We do a lot of telemedicine for our adolescents, so they might be at Texas A&M and have an issue, and we just talk by video issue, but it is important to have that established care so you know where to go if something happens.
Yeah, all right. There's type 1 diabetes, and then there's type 2, which we know, gosh, is almost at epidemic levels right across the country.
It truly is.
And a lot of people mistakenly believe that it's only because you're overweight. That is a part of it, and weight management is one of the other things that you do, Dr. Broussard. But diabetes runs rampant in your family, and it just is happening. It's important to manage that, not just with a shot, and not be guided through that process.
Correct. Yes, so insulin resistance definitely runs in families. Depending on your family history, you can be up to 95% at risk for developing diabetes. We see so much prediabetes. It is due to our diet. It's all the sugar and refined carbs that we eat, even in people who do not have a weight issue.
Yeah, all right. It's important to establish your primary care physician. I was just talking about with you this in the morning in the green room before you need them, right?
Yes.
Don't show up in crisis. Get your baseline so you know what you're looking at. And so what documents should parents bring if they're bringing their children in or even them?
Most important, the vaccination record. We definitely need that. Any medical records that they have, especially if there have been any issues since birth.
Yeah, all right. And then
and their sports physical forms, please.
Yeah, sports physical forms. Yeah, so you can get that taken care of. So it's like bringing the kids, your
and
grandparents, great-grandparents. If you got great, good for you, bring them in too.
Absolutely.
All right, you two, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Genesis Medical Group can see the whole family, as we mentioned, and keep everyone's medical records under one roof. Right now, they're offering free back-to-school physicals for the first 10 scheduled callers to make your family health appointments from primary care to specialist. Call 281-440-5300. Again, that's 281-440-5300, or visit them online at genesisdoctors.com. Genesisdoctors.com. We have a lot of people in our live studio audience this morning that want to be doctors too. So see one day.
Awesome.
You can go work with Genesis. All right.